Happy New Year 2024. I hope this message finds you in good spirits as we embark on a brand new year filled with promise and possibilities. I wanted to take a moment to update you. Due to some health challenges, our podcast took an unexpected break. However, I'm grateful to share that I'm feeling much better now, and I'm thrilled to announce that new episodes will be back on
In
track.
today's lecture,
Coming your
we
way,
will
begin with
regularly
right to freedom and discuss on the topic of the six fundamental rights enshrined in Article 19 of our Constitution. These rights are the bedrock of our democratic society, guaranteeing essential freedoms to every citizen of India. Article 19 of our Constitution provides protection for six fundamental rights, which are: first, right to freedom of speech and expression. This right ensures that every citizen has the liberty to express their thoughts, ideas, opinions, and beliefs freely through various means, such as speech, writing, printing, and more. The Supreme Court has clarified that this right also includes the freedom to propagate one's views and those of others, the freedom of the press, commercial advertisements, the right to telecast, with no government monopoly on electronic media, and the right to know about government activities. It is a fundamental pillar of our democracy, allowing for open discourse, the exchange of ideas, and the exposure of governmental activities to scrutiny. Second, right to assemble peaceably. Citizens have the right to assemble peaceably and without arms, including the right to hold public meetings, demonstrations, and processions. However, this freedom is restricted to public land and must be peaceful and unarmed. Violent, disorderly, or riotous assemblies that disrupt public peace are not protected under this right. Importantly, this right does not encompass the right to strike. Third, right to form associations or unions. This right ensures that all citizens have the liberty to form associations, unions, or cooperative societies, including political parties, companies, partnership firms, clubs, and more. However, the state can impose reasonable restrictions on this right, mainly concerning sovereignty, integrity, public order, and morality. While the right to form an association is protected, obtaining recognition for the association is not considered a fundamental right. Trade unions do not have an absolute right to effective bargaining, striking, or declaring lockouts, as these aspects can be regulated by appropriate industrial laws. Fourth, right to freedom of movement. Every citizen is granted the freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, whether it's within states or across state boundaries. This right promotes national unity and prevents regional discrimination. However, the state can impose reasonable restrictions on this right in the interests of the general public and the protection of scheduled tribes' interests. These restrictions are in place to safeguard the distinctive cultures and traditions of scheduled tribes and protect them from exploitation. Fifth, right to residence and settlement. Citizens have the right to reside and settle in any part of the country. This right allows individuals to stay temporarily or establish permanent homes anywhere within India. Similar to the freedom of movement, the state can impose reasonable restrictions on this right to protect the general public's interests and the interests of scheduled tribes. This ensures that the rights of outsiders to reside and settle in tribal areas are restricted to safeguard the unique cultural heritage and customs of these communities. Sixth, right to practice any profession or occupation. All citizens have the right to practice any profession, carry on any occupation, trade, or business. This expansive right covers the means of earning one's livelihood. However, the state can impose reasonable restrictions in the interest of the general public, and it has the authority to prescribe qualifications for practicing certain professions or occupations. Furthermore, the state can engage in trade, business, industry, or services either as a monopoly or in competition with citizens without justification. It is crucial to note that these rights are protected against state action and not private individuals. Additionally, they are available only to citizens and shareholders of a company, excluding foreigners or legal entities like companies or corporations. The state can impose reasonable restrictions on these rights only on the grounds mentioned in Article 19 itself, ensuring that these freedoms are not absolute but balanced with the broader interests of society. In conclusion, Article 19 of our Constitution represents the cornerstone of our democratic principles, ensuring that every citizen enjoys essential freedoms. These rights, while fundamental, come with the responsibility of exercising them in a manner that respects the rights and interests of others and the larger well being of society. They are the foundation upon which our vibrant democracy and diverse society stand, fostering dialogue, innovation, and progress.
Your support
That's all
means the
for this
world
to
lecture.
us. Rating our podcast takes just a few seconds. Your ratings not only encourage us to create more quality content, but also help us reach more listeners who might find our episodes helpful. Additionally, if you would like to support us further, even the smallest contribution can make a big difference. You can make a contribution to our UPI ID mentioned in description. Your generosity will enable us to continue producing valuable content and reach even more people who can benefit from it. Thank you. Have a good time.